Cowabunga and dudettes, this was a struggle. I did get it almost all of the way transformed. It's not quite perfect, and this is kind of my biggest issue with this. And you can tell me it's a skill issue, and fine. It's a skill issue. But as cool as this crossover is, there's just not... And it is. It's a skill issue with me. I know it is. Like, looking at this is like looking at an IKEA furniture thing, where there's no... I need some kind of instructions. I need some sort of words or verbal to go with my visual. I can't do both, and it's still, even after getting into this state, it's still very much not perfect. You can see it's not quite all clicking together, and that's kind of a shame, but it's also kind of not. You know, I think this is a bit too hard for just your casual Turtle fan who like probably never really messed with Transformers a whole lot. It does look really cool. I will say, it does look like a very cool, nice Turtle van. These are supposed to fit in the bottom here, under those little pegs. I don't have the patience for it anymore. This would have been a 40-minute video, easily, if I had tried to transform this dumb thing. It does look really cool. It does look super cool. I almost wonder if it wouldn't have just been better just to give us just the base, normal, just robot in disguise, and that be it, or have it be like a very simple transformation, like those old Playmates ones, that were really simple to transform, and they click together a lot better than I'm having luck with this one. So, at least it's here. It is in its entirety. It's already starting, you can see it's already starting to flip up and pop off, because this thing is so precision. If you were off by like a millimeter, it feels like on any of these little twists or turns, it just doesn't quite go together like I feel like it should. Which is kind of a shame, but the robot itself is super cool, and that is absolutely going to be the mode that I keep up displayed when I do this. So, just to show you that I can actually untransform this thing, we are going to untransform this thing really quick, just to prove to y'all that I'm not a complete girl failure when it comes to this. Let's swing these legs back out here. Oh, that's right, these were clapped in. There's a ton of things that are like, they clip, they clack, they pop all over. But just to show you all that I'm not a complete girl failure, we're going to transform this back into its robot form. Because it transforms back a lot easier than it comes off. Alright. And again, this is a really cool toy when fully transformed. This thing is super awesome, and that, honestly, it is a toy of two halves, like any Transformers toy is. It is a toy of two halves, and that's both its biggest strength and kind of its weakness right here. Is that it is such a cool robot. It is such a cool robot, and it's such a cool looking Transformer. You know, to get that iconic, God, I cannot think words. I'm so frustrated trying to put this damn thing together. But the iconic party wagon, that turtle van, just to be a cool robot. Like, this looks like something Donatello like would have put together, like himself. Like, it really does, and it's super cool. Yeah, this thing is super cool as a vehicle. I know it's not fully perfect, but at least I got it back into robot form. So I can do something. Yay me, let's go. Okay, but yeah, it's very much a toy of two halves. Like, I love the robot side. The robot side is so cool, so awesome. But at the same time, trying to transform it back into the turtle van is kind of a pain, but at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you can really only have one of these displayed at a time. Honestly, I kind of wish they had just done, for the absolute novice like me, I kind of wish they had just done a version that was, you know, in the box, it was the turtle van. And then you can have a version in the box that is just this, that is just the robot. For people like me who maybe don't have the dexterity, the acumen to transform this into one of the other forms. I think that would have probably been the best way to go. That way, if you wanted to display both, you could really easily. But as it stands, I think this is a super cool robot. It's a super cool toy. If you just want to mess with it outside the box like this, where it's just as the turtle van robot. Turning into the turtle van was a pain in the butt for me. You watched me suffer. You might have laughed, you might have cringed, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm doing the best as I can with what I can and what my knowledge is. And my knowledge is much more Turtles than Transformers. And honestly, that's okay. We all have different fandoms. We all come in at different skill levels. As long as we're enjoying ourselves at the end of the day, that is what matters the most. As I go and try to plug in things that are falling off, so I'm trying desperately to show you all that I can do this. I'm a big girl. I am in absolute shambles, but I hope you have enjoyed listening to me talk, listening to my likes and dislikes for this. Like I said, this is absolutely so cool. This is the version we are going to have out. Let me get the nunchucks out on this thing. I just knocked the stupid... That's honestly probably my biggest complaint in the robot mode is how hard these things are to get in to his little fists. But as pieces are falling off left and right, I gotta say this is a really cool toy and a really great gift. And I would be saying this even if it was not a gift from my girlfriend. I'll be absolutely transparent. Like if this thing was lame and it was just completely untransformable, I'd be letting you know. And I would not be letting my girlfriend watch this video. But as it stands, I think this thing is really cool. And I think that this right, like look at that. That's a Michelangelo Transformer. How can you not love this even a little bit? So, like I said, I have been Sonia. This has been the follow-up to my initial review. Kind of my final thoughts. And just to prove to you and to myself that I can actually turn this thing into a turtle van. I will probably never try that again. But this thing is going to look awesome on my shelf. And I cannot wait to mess with this and do some really cool, awesome, fun poses, maybe some pictures, maybe even some play. So, until next time, I have been your Fangirl and a Half Show, and I will see you on the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Thursdays. Bye!